The moment people become certain about you, your influence begins to disappear. Think about your boss, your partner, even your followers. The moment they know exactly what you'll do next, they stop paying attention. Not because they dislike you, because certainty kills curiosity, and curiosity is the currency of attention. Most people spend their lives trying to be understood. They explain themselves. They reveal every thought. They react instantly. They make themselves easy to read. And without realizing it, they give away something valuable. Not information or status, but mystery. Not the fake kind. Not manipulation. Just the natural mystery that comes from being fully in control of yourself. Most people are taught that predictability is a virtue. Be reliable, transparent, and consistent. And there is truth in that. Reliability builds trust. But there is a difference between being reliable and being readable. One earns respect. The other slowly destroys it. Imagine a manager named David. Every time someone challenged him in a meeting, he reacted the same way. He became defensive. Every disagreement triggered the same explanation. Every setback produced the same frustration. At first, people respected him. He was experienced, competent, and hard-working. But over time, something changed. His team stopped listening to what he was actually saying. They already knew the script. Before he opened his mouth, they could predict the reaction. Before a difficult conversation started, everyone already knew how it would end. Eventually, even his best ideas lost their impact. Not because the ideas were bad, because everyone around him had stopped seeing a person and started seeing a pattern. And once people reduce you to a pattern, they stop paying attention. The same thing happens online. When someone posts the same reaction to every comment, people scroll past. When someone responds exactly as expected, they become invisible. But when someone remains calm where anger was expected, people notice. When they stay silent where everyone expected an argument, people notice. Because attention follows uncertainty. This is where the psychology gets interesting. Human beings are constantly trying to predict what comes next. Who can be trusted? Who will panic under pressure? Who will give in? Who will stand firm? The brain loves certainty because certainty saves energy. Once someone becomes completely predictable, the mind files them away as understood, finished, with nothing new left to discover. But someone who acts from judgment instead of impulse cannot be filed away so easily. The mind keeps watching. Psychologists have observed this for decades. Incomplete information creates tension. A question without an answer stays in your head. A story without an ending keeps pulling you back. A person who cannot be completely predicted stays interesting. Not because they are playing games. Because the mind naturally returns to what it hasn't fully figured out. But this is where most people get the idea wrong. True unpredictability has nothing to do with controlling other people. It has everything to do with controlling yourself. Most people are predictable because they live on autopilot. The same criticism creates the same defense. The same fear creates the same retreat. The same trigger creates the same emotional reaction, year after year. Predictability is rarely a strategy. More often, it's a habit built from unconscious behavior. The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology. Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the most powerful empires in history. Every day, people tried to predict him. Political rivals wanted leverage. Advisors wanted influence. Enemies searched for weakness. Yet in his private journal, what we now know as meditations, he repeatedly reminded himself to pause before reacting, to observe before judging, and to think before speaking. Not because he wanted to seem mysterious, because he wanted mastery over himself. Seneca understood the same principle. Living under Emperor Nero meant living in a world where one emotional mistake could become dangerous. His answer wasn't deception. It was stability. He built an inner world that didn't depend on praise, approval, or public opinion, a place where other people's expectations couldn't control him. Epictetus took the idea even further. Born into slavery, he taught that the only things truly under our control are our judgments and reactions. Everything else belongs to the outside world. And when your responses come from your own judgment rather than social pressure, people lose the ability to predict you. Not because you're hiding, it's because you're thinking. This is the heart of Stoicism. The Stoics never tried to become mysterious. They tried to become free. Free from impulse, emotional dependence, and the need to perform. From the outside, that freedom often looks like unpredictability. First, pause before reacting. When criticism arrives, pause. When anger appears, pause. When someone pushes your buttons, pause. Most people react immediately. That's why they're easy to manipulate. The small space between what happens and how you react is where your power lives. The more often you use that space, the stronger you become. Second, stop explaining everything. Many people share every thought and feeling the moment it appears. Every frustration, every doubt, and every emotional reaction. But thoughts become powerful when you think them through before sharing. Not everything needs to be spoken immediately. Not every silence needs to be filled. In fact, some of the most confident people you'll ever meet feel no urgency to explain themselves at all. Third, challenge your patterns. Change one small routine intentionally. Respond differently. Take a different approach. Break a habit you've followed automatically for years. Not to impress anyone. To remind yourself that your habits are choices, not identities. Because the moment you can step outside a pattern voluntarily, the pattern stops owning you. And that's where real freedom begins. There is a certain kind of person who walks through life without needing constant validation. They don't perform for attention. They don't chase approval. They trust their own judgment. People notice it immediately. Not because it's loud, but because it's rare. And perhaps that's the real lesson. The goal was never to become mysterious. The goal was never to make people guess. The goal was to become so grounded in your own judgment that you no longer feel obligated to satisfy other people's expectations. The next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, the next time you feel pressured to react exactly as expected, or the next time silence feels uncomfortable, pause. Just for a moment. Because that pause is where freedom begins. It's where self-control begins. And that pause may be the one thing standing between a life directed by other people's expectations and a life directed by your own judgment. If this resonated with you, follow for more Stoic wisdom. And save this for the next time life pressures you to react. Because the moment you stop living according to other people's expectations is the moment you become impossible to control.